Hello. Welcome to Spider's Web. It's another road to. This time I'm at my dad's. It's the road to home via Alli's. Yes, I'm going to do a little bit of an edit on this one, mainly because I can. I've decided I'm going to do a road to while I'm going to Alli's, and then I'm going home. So I'll do the road to Alli's, and then I'll stop while I'm at Alli's and then go home. I'm not going to be at Alli's long. I'm just checking on the cat because Alli's at her mum's at the moment, so that's the reason I'm doing it this way. I just want to make sure the cats have got some food and water. Basically going feeding and watering the cats, checking on the post, that kind of thing. Here at my dad's, just doing my church work. I'm going home. Not stopped today. So what's been going on? Well, had one of those weeks last week. Didn't get to stop. All the Titans, well, I managed to get all the Titan videos done for Mythic Battles Pantheon. I'm sorry if the screen is looking a bit iffy, but at the moment we've got sunlight coming through on us, so I don't know whether that's going to be picked up on camera, but it looks a bit grey to me at the moment. But that will change as soon as we get into a little bit of shade. Yeah, so I've got all those videos done. So the box of the box of Titans that we got, they've all been done. There are more to do, but at the moment I'm going to have a break from Mythic Battles Pantheon and get on with Vampire Hunters. I'm going to be starting that later today and getting on with doing the heroes, or the hunters rather, from that game. What else is going on? Well, what else has been happening last week? Let's see. I don't know, I couldn't seem to get for going last week. Everything seemed to happen at once. Oh, I got some more fish for the fish tanks, aquariums. I wanted to get a few more fish for mine because all that was left from my tank was a neon tetra, and I think there's 5 or 6 of those baby mollies. All the other fish for some reason have died off. Don't know why. But I'm restocking the tank again. So I got 3 clown loaches and I think it was 5 glow light tetras. These are a nice little fish, like a dull brownish colour, but when they get into the light, in certain light, there is a vivid red, it looks like light line going through them. They're absolutely gorgeous when they get into that certain light. Obviously with the tank I've got now, I don't have the white and blue bulbs in them. What I have is a short LED strip that RGB, and I have it on rotation, so you only see it every now and again, but when you see it, oh, it's good. Especially when it's like under a red light or something like that, where it allows the red light spectrum to come through. For Ali's little fish tank, as you know, she's got a little freshwater fish tank. What she had was one of the Arandas, and the White Cloud Mountain minnows that she had have been slowly passing on. So we got some more of the White Cloud Mountain minnows, but instead of getting the normal ones this time, we went for the gold ones. So they're quite happy now swimming about in the tanks. The tanks have a little bit of life. And I also got some, what do we call it, some plants for my tank as well. I'm trying to keep on top. I know I've not neglected the tank. I've still been doing the water change, but I've not been taking as much note of my tank as I should have been doing. That's due to just being busy and health issues and this, that and the other, not being able to get stuff done. But yeah, it's trying to get on top of things now. So that was that. I've had a couple of nights about 2 or 3 nights last week where I just didn't sleep at all. I just couldn't settle. I couldn't get to sleep. One of my hard drives decided to die on me as well. Just wasn't working whatsoever, and that's the one that has all the music on that I take to Chorley. So I've had to get a new hard drive. I've returned the one that's died because I only got that one in April. So I've returned that one to get a refund of what money I paid for it, because I got it through a catalogue. It was a buy now pay next year kind of job, so I don't know exactly how much I've paid on it yet, but geez, I think that's how I got it. I can't remember. I really can't remember. But yeah, I've got another hard drive, because the one I had that died was what do we call it? One of those portable ones, and I've been told that they're not very good for large capacity, or as large capacity as I had. So I'd have been better off getting one that was at the very most half the capacity I had, because they're just a small size and are prone to failure trying to squeeze that big capacity into such a small size unit. So I decided to get another desktop. I like the ones that are powered. I feel as though I can leave them on, as it were, and get stuff done. So it's now a case of trying to get back on the music I've lost. That's going to take some time. Wrightington, over the weekend we had our yearly radiothon to try and raise funds for the hospital radio. I didn't do too much with that this year. I usually do 12 hours, this year I only did 6. It's just a Saturday afternoon show that I usually take part in, but instead of having 3 hours, we did it 6 hours, and then we went for a meal afterwards, the 4 of us, so that was nice. And then Monday we had appointments for blood donor session. I got there and I was told mine had been cancelled. Ali's hadn't, but mine had. And I'd not had any word, but when I checked my phone, it had come through a few minutes beforehand. If I'd have been told, I might have had a discussion whether I wanted to go or not on her own or not, I don't know. But anyway, so that's what's been going on with me over the weekend, all last week to yesterday. I had a boring day yesterday. We just chilled out at home. I've been trying to build up some of my the music on my hard drive, and we went to D&D last night. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, I have one big exciting life. Next week I have a couple of appointments, both for diabetes checks, retinopathy on Monday, so I won't be going to Chorley on Monday to do the show. These retinopathy screening things, this is where they put drops in your eye and dilate your pupil and you can't see very well, for driving, that kind of effort, for a couple of hours. So it's going to cross over the time when what's it, about 2 hours, and by the time for the appointment it's going to leave it a bit too close to for me to feel comfortable driving, setting out to go to Chorley. So I thought better safe than sorry. It's a case of I just don't want to risk it. If it says 2 hours, I don't want to start driving an hour and a quarter. I would sooner give it 2.25 hours. You know what I mean? It's just the way I see it. I am in charge of a deadly weapon when I'm driving. So I want to be able to make sure that there's no doubt in my mind that I'm safe enough to drive, and with those drops in, the appointment I think is about 10:30, but I wouldn't have the drops put in until after that, and that's if I get seen on time, and I usually leave to go to Chorley about 12 o'clock. So as I said, I don't want to risk it. I really don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. It's just that simple. It's not worth it. That's why I don't drink and drive. I'm careful what I do when I'm driving. Admittedly, I've had a couple of speeding tickets, but it's one of those things. But I'm not. When I start getting my dizzy spells, I stop driving for a while, because I don't like being out of control of myself and then trying to control a car. I say it's just not worth it. I don't want to run the risk of losing my licence, because the only way I can get around. But yeah, that's that on Monday, and then a week on Friday. It's Wednesday afternoon today, as you may have noticed, and when this goes up. On a week on Friday, I will be going to the same health centre again, but and again for a diabetic check, but it's one of the ones for podiatry, so they check my feet. I would see the blacksmith next week. So just to make sure I've still got some sensation in my feet, which I have. I'm not worried about that. Walking over if I'm walking over a stone outside of my shoe, I can feel it, so I'm not worried at all about that one. It's just going in, making sure, keep an eye on these things. So yeah, that's that bit for next week. Tomorrow I'm at Wrightington for my radio show. I'm doing it an hour earlier tomorrow. I'm starting at 12 and finishing at 4 instead of starting at 1 and finishing at 5. The reason being is tomorrow night I'm going out with Ali. Ali's mum, Ali's auntie, and I don't know whether there's somebody else coming with us as well. Malcolm Hollingdrake, who's an author I've been reading, got friendly with. He's popped into a couple of my radio shows. So far we've had a chat. He's doing a noir evening, which is basically where he's a crime writer. He's getting a few other crime writers together, and we're just going to have an introduction to each of the authors, an introduction to the series of books they're writing, and then a reading from one of the books. So I've read three of the people who are going to be there. I have read books. Well, I'm saying I have read books. I've read Malcolm Hollingdrake's books. I've read an author called A.J. Wright. He writes Victorian thrillers, or Victorian murder mysteries, set in the Wigan area. I've read 3 of his books. The first of that series I can't find anywhere except on paperback. I want to get them all on Kindle. That's the annoying thing. And that first one, or his first one, he actually won an award for. So there we are. I would like to read that one. But as I said, I like things on my Kindle. With having fibro, gripping things can get painful after a while, so I don't tend to So that's one of the reasons I got the Kindle, because I don't have to hold the Kindle and keep pressure on for stopping the pages, flicking back and forwards. So monkey tree. That's the reason I bought a Kindle, and to be honest, it's awesome. I love my Kindle. I know it's one of the old ones, and I don't really feel tempted to update it because I don't need to. It doesn't have a backlight, so it's quite good reading at night because it's not got that white light that's going to wake me up. All you have to do is just, once I start feeling as though I can't read anymore, turn it off, put it down, switch the lamp off, and go to sleep. Yeah, I like getting all my books on Kindle. I mean, in certain circumstances, I would get paperbacks just for the case of getting authors and whatever to sign the books, which would be nice. I'm going to have to get all of Malcolm's on paperback. I have 2 signed copies, but I don't have all of them yet, and he's done 7 at the moment. And well, 7 of a series of books, and then there's 2 other standalone books. But yeah, I'm not going too far into this because I have asked him when he came into Chorley a couple of weeks ago with us if he would fancy doing like an interview on camera for my YouTube channel. The idea being is I like doing things like this to promote people's work, especially if I like it, as well. So that is what we want to do. It won't be for till about November at the earliest, because he's busy at the moment. We're trying to promote his new book, which was released a couple of weeks ago, which I've read, and it's awesome, as is the others. But yeah, there we are. That is what's happening tomorrow. I'm going to a noir evening, hopefully getting as I say, I've read Malcolm's books, I've read AJ Wright's books, and there's another author who's going to be there called Paul Finch. I'm halfway through his first book at the moment, so I'm enjoying that one as well. Well, I'm saying his first book in the Heckenberg series. It's called Stalked, or something like that. I'm sure that's what it's called, Stalked. But yeah, have a look for those, because this is a really nice book, especially if you like crime thrillers. It's they're really good books. Malcolm Bottle and Drake, AJ Wright and Paul Finch. They're the 3 I can definitely say I've read and I'm enjoying, and I've enjoyed. Why have I come into this lane? Because I don't want it. I will change lanes now because I got in the wrong one. So that's what's happening tomorrow. On Friday, we're going to a community farm on Friday evening, as a friend of ours, Corrie Shelley, who you may remember her songs, or 2 of her songs from one of my earlier videos, where I was painting a mine head or the winding mechanism for a coal mine. I had both 2 of her songs playing in the background throughout that video. She's actually doing a supporting act for a fellow called Bob Kettle, who is part of a group called Merry Hell, and with him and 2 of his brothers used to be in a local Wigan group called the Tansads. But they're both doing he's doing a show at this farm, Green Slate Community Farm at Billinge, So he's doing this on Friday evening, not Friday night rather, and Corey Shelley is going to be his support act, and there's going to be meal as well. So we're classing this for me and Ollie as a bit of a date night because we haven't really gone on one properly. I've only realised this recently, but we haven't really gone on, as it were, a date night. Not like this anyway. I mean, we've been to concerts, we've been this, that and the other, but we've never actually gone anywhere at night and, you know, just ourselves and had a meal and had some entertainment, whatever. So I thought it might be a nice change for us. I don't really know Bob Kettle's music. I've listened to a few of Merry Hell, and I have enjoyed what I've heard. Again, the folk music rather than metal or pop, so it's a change for us. So hopefully it's going to be a good night. And then for Saturday it's back to Wrightington for causing mischief and mayhem at the studio. That's the way my life runs. I can nearly tell you each day of what I'm going to be doing. The only difference is how things are done. But yeah, I'm nearly at Alice now, so oops. So what I'm going to do is when I get to Alice, I'm going to stop the video, and then when I get back in to go home, I'll start the video again and carry on the chat. Yeah, hopefully when we get there the cats are going to be alright. And when I get home, as I say, I'm going to be getting the painting stuff out. I'm going to make a start on the Vampire Hunters from the aforementioned game, Order of the Vampire Hunters. So I'll get some of those done, hopefully this afternoon. Yes, indeedy. So that's, so far, is the plan. Now all we have to do, make sure the cats are alright, give them something to eat, give them something to drink, because even when Ali's not here we go each day just to make sure the cats are alright. But Ali does, I'm going to have to go around the back and park in the car park. They're doing some work on the towpath at the canal by the look of it. So I'll go and park back here, and I will stop the video now for a few moments while I just nip in and check on the cats, and then we'll carry this on when I get back and on my way home. Okay, so I will see you in a moment. Right, I'm back. Oh, yes, so let's just tilt that up a little bit. That's better. Kitty cats are alright. They've been fedded. They've been watered. They've had a little bit of a cuddle. And now, oh, it's off home. Oh dear. Right, so when I get home, I'll be mostly getting Lady sorted out. What am I going to do? I might take him across the road and see if I can let him have a run. And then once that's happened, I can get back to I've sorted all my music out for tomorrow for my radio show. That's well, mostly done. There's a few more tracks I have to pick out, so I'll do that, get them sorted, and then get started with painting. I forgot about that, to be honest. The Thursday show is a show on to do with decades. it's called a decade of music. We'll play music from a different decade each week. And this show is coming to an end. At the end of September it will be no more, and I'm going to have probably October off from doing anything on the Thursday, and then I'll see how I go. But I may just wait until next year. Although saying that, when next year comes, I'll be taking January off because I don't particularly want to be over at Chorley and my daughter go into labour. So I would sooner hang about a bit. So I may do that. I may just have a break from Thursday broadcasting for a while until next year, once my little grandchild makes an appearance. Get cracking with it then. Monday afternoons and Tuesday afternoons. Doing Mondays up to January. As I say, just gonna probably do the first 2 weeks in January, and then I'm going to have a break because, as I say, I don't want to be too far away when my daughter goes into labour, because I'd like to be there to meet my grandchild when she makes an appearance. So yeah, one of those things. I've always been there. Whenever my daughter's been doing something, I've always been there. I've always tried to be there. No, you just have to, don't you? I'm opening this because it's bloody hot. Yeah, I have been as well trying to learn how to play Star Saga as well, because the Wave 2 of Star Saga is on its way. Hopefully by the end of the month I should have it, fingers crossed. Not exactly certain, but the last thing I knew was a week or so ago when I got the update on Kickstarter that it was on the ship and heading over this way. So once it arrives, we'll have another unboxing video or two, depending on how much there is, and we'll see where we go from there. It's all go, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to shut that again because it's too noisy. What I'll do is I'll put my little fan on. Hopefully you can hear that there. Yeah, so what I was saying then. Yeah, Star Saga Wave 2 is on its way to me. Hopefully I should have it by the end of the month. But as I say, I'm trying to learn how to play it. I had a couple of the solo sessions on Sunday afternoon when I was at my dad's. I took it with me and had a bit of a play about. It doesn't seem to be too difficult. There's a few of the finer details I need to iron out. So we may actually do a video showing the training missions, or the introductory missions coming up, and I may even do them as solo yet, I don't know. So it depends if Family Fancy's having a try with me. I won't mind actually getting another set of it so that we have a few more minis and a double set of tiles, because those original what do we call it? Those original training missions, one leads directly on to another. The first one is just one character trying to getting through these vents and opening a door. Well, not vents, but trying to get through these rooms and opening a door, so that the rest of the team, who are starting from the opposite end, can get through that door and can all meet up. And we can play them both at the same time, which would be interesting. But whether or not I could actually do it, I don't know. Well, it would make it interesting. But I think really for the sake of for the sake of just having enough minis, I'd need 2 boxes or 2 sets, and I don't know whether that would be worthwhile doing just for those 2 missions. If I knew somebody else who had it, but I don't. So well. I wonder if they do any of the I want to do the tile sets I put. Don't know. Never mind. So yeah, I'm just waffling now, ain't I? Yeah, so I'm trying to get to grips with Star Saga. I'd love to get back into Dungeon Saga. That was the first Kickstarter I got involved with, and I haven't really given it as good as a go as I thought I would. But the problem is there's too much going on. When you get, when you start playing it, and then you find out that some of the ones you're playing with it don't really enjoy the game as much as you thought they would. It doesn't tend to be brought out as often. But yeah, definitely going to have to get it out. Definitely going to have to get the game out and get playing it, because I want to. I know Scraggle enjoys it. I enjoy it. Ali's not tried it yet. Hopefully she'll enjoy it. But yeah, fingers crossed we can get it out and get it to the table a bit more. Vampire Hunters, obviously, I'm going to be working on to try and get that to the table a lot more. It's getting up to Halloween, so I'd like to get it, at least the base set, painted before Halloween. It just needs the Hunters painted, and then it's ready. But I'm trying to get as much as I can done of it, so I can bring more things into play. But because it's approaching our annual Halloween games night, so fingers crossed we can get a few people in and we can have a game. I don't know whether Scraggle will be able to make it this year, depending on what day Halloween's on. I'm not sure. I think it might be a Wednesday this year. I think it was Tuesday last year. It's not a leap year this year. So we'll see. Damien and Liam Pro will be here, so at least have a quick game of it, see what they think of it. Who knows? I'm going to say something else in this going. I'm just scrabbling now, trying to get my brain working. I'm going to have to get something to eat when I get in, I think. Beans on toast. I might have some beans on toast. Get the laddie out. Have something to eat. And then what's the word I'm looking for? Laddie out, have something to eat. And get doing what I need to do. Oh dear Lord. So nearly home. All I have to do is park up and get out. Whee! This is the fun part. Might reversing back this way. I can't understand why people just drive in and then struggle trying to do 3-point turns. And all they have to do is reverse a little bit round the corner and then can go. Or just basically reverse. I really should have gone to the shop and got some bread. I just realised we are running short. I'll nip around after. Ah well, never mind. Right, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about all the waffling I've done. At the moment now I'm just trying to get my head working again, because my brain has decided it's going to go for a walk, I think. But I'm going to get in and get stuff done. So that's it for this video. Hopefully I'll get some Vampire Hunter painting minis up, or painting mini videos up over the next couple of days. So until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.